They're costly. This is what affects a lot of people. Waterproofing generally makes up about 1 to 2% of the overall cost of a building, but amounts to approximately 80% of the problems. The cost of waterproofing, bathrooms, en-suites, in an average home can be $1,500 to $3,000 to do bathroom, en-suites, laundries, whatever. And depending on the size of the rooms. Builders and homeowners will shop high and low to try and get a bargain price on waterproofing. And you think spending between $10,000 and $20,000 on tiles and bathroom fixtures, and in some prestigious home they even go up in excess of $50,000 for bathrooms, and then you try and skimp on the price. On a two-storey home, the ceiling may start showing signs of water damage directly underneath the shower. If untreated or unnoticed over a period of time, you may have major structural damage. It may occur where tiles, studs, flooring and ceilings need to be removed and replaced. The repair of a single shower alone is 4 times the cost of the original membrane. The repair bill for structural damage could run into thousands of dollars, if not tens of thousands. A very common failure in wet areas is the height of the water stop angle, like I mentioned previously. The waterproofer will install an angle, which is part of the regulations. But there needs to be coordination between the tiler and the waterproofer, basically on the height of the bed and the height of the tile. So basically, at the end of the day, the shower angle needs to be flush or above the actual tile finish, depending on what type of screen you have, whether it's a full frame, semi-frameless, or frameless. Or in some cases in hospitals and that, where you've got disabled showers, they've got no screens at all. So you need to design your angles and everything to suit the situation you've got. So the regulations sort of cover all this, but again, your waterproofer should know, but you need to liaise with the waterproofer. That's one of the biggest problems we have. We'll go and put a 20 mil or 30 mil, 40 mil angle, and the tilers will come along and put a 50 mil bed. And if we don't know anything about it, that's a major issue. And once the water does start leaving the bathroom area or the shower area, because you've got the constant water feeding in that area, that's where you start having the problem. And then you will contravene the BCA and the AS3740. Okay, because then you'll start having issues with moisture, mould, and of course damage to structure. There have been instances, or there are instances, where the actual cost of the repairs exceeds the cost of the actual building. So it's just phenomenal. There's your stalactites, very common in concrete. Again, there's a crack and the water salt's been drawn out by the water. You can just see the water drop there, still active. So at the end of the day, basically keeping an eye on what you do could be very costly just for the initial care and preparation before you actually tile. Now, this is a reason too. This is a particular job we did. That's a TPO membrane. That's actually in the University, New South Wales. They've gone out to put a TPO membrane because they were concerned about the consequences if there is issues, and that's the issue. If you've got all that landscaping and all the concreting and all that finish, something goes wrong in the membrane, how the hell are you going to get to it? It's a metre deep there. So you need to, if anything goes wrong, it's a lot of work to fix it. So the best way to minimise the possibility of membrane failure is, one, check to see firstly if the waterproofer is licensed to carry out the work or the waterproofing that he's about to do for you. Like I mentioned previously, the licenses are graded for different, like for example, there are tilers that are getting waterproofing licence, but they're restricting them to basically doing the tiling, like the tiling area. Once you start getting onto roofs, planter boxes, podium decks, you'll find they're not licensed to do that, all right? So just be careful what type of, basically what type of licence they're covering for your own protection. New South Wales Fair Trading, they issue the licence and they normally hold updated records of current licensees and their expertise, basically. Also check to see how long a contractor's been in business. It's a requirement, currently now it's been changed, it used to be 7 years, but now it's 6 years, that a waterproofer's got to warrant his work. Now, it's known in the industry that some waterproofers will change their licence every 2 to 3 years, that tries to stop this particular problem. If they're gone, well, you can't have a claim against them. Also, check with the membrane suppliers. All right, they normally have an approved applicator list. So again, if you want to discuss a particular membrane or a typical type of system, bring up a reputable supplier. There's quite a few of them, and they'll actually have tradesmen that are actually trained in their particular membranes. So they'll give you a list of suppliers, 2 or 3 companies that you can talk to, and help you through their problems. But also, when you do that, you basically, if you get a warranty from your applicator, you can get a warranty from your supplier as well. And in some cases, what they call a back-to-back is that the actual supplier will cover the warranty fully if the applicator's not around anymore. Okay, but again, you need to be a waterproofed applicator, or sorry, an approved applicator, in order for them to basically warrant the stuff. Also, you can ask your applicator for previous projects he's done. Just do a bit of a ring around, check with the previous clients of his, see how his attitude, his workmanship methods, everything. If you're happy with that, then you can feel more comfortable in appointing him to your job. There's also, you can do 24-hour water tests on your bathrooms or balconies, planter boxes. Usually because of rush of construction, these things don't happen, but that is the ideal way to do it. And you can basically know, what you basically do is measure the water level. Following day, you can actually check to see if there's any differences there and why. There's new systems getting around. Well, they've been around for a while, but they're starting to get more adapted now on larger projects. We've got low voltage electrical testing, which they do basically a field test on your whole roof and can pinpoint any breaches of or failure in the membrane. But maybe an incorrect joint, incorrect weld, maybe a pinhole here and there. They will actually pinpoint, they give you a report, then you can get it fixed up before you backfill it or whatever cover it with tiles, whatever. And also, too, you can also ring up the HIA. They've got a list of contractors in there that can put you onto as well. In conclusion, it's not all it's not all doom and gloom anyway. There are a lot of reputable contractors out there and suppliers in the industry. And there's a quote that we tend to put on our quotations: quality is remembered long after the price is forgotten. So the next time you get a waterproofing quote, just stop for a moment and think, what is the waterproofing protecting? If it fails, what is the cost? Then comment on the price. Thank you.